Welcome back to the class. We will continue. Today's first topic is type of force. There are two types of force. One is contact force, the other one is non-contact force. What is contact force? Contact force is when two objects are being in touch with each other. See here, this is one object, this is other object. They are being in touch. They are being in contact. Such a type of force is called contact force. So here, what type of force is applied? Muscular force. Okay, pulling the cart by buffalo, bullock cart, you know. Okay, horse also carry the loads, elephant. This and all, what force is applied? Muscular force is applied. Okay, why muscular force is a contact force? Because here two objects are being in contact. One is our muscle, the other one is the other object. Understood? So muscular force is a contact force. The second one is frictional force. You know what is friction? Frictional force exists between two surfaces of an object. This surface, I am writing because there is a friction. If there is no friction between these two bodies, one is board, one is this pen. In this surface, there is no friction, means it will slippery. We cannot write. Okay, that's what. If there is water on the surface, on the floor of the house or room, or oil is spilled on the room, oil is spilled on the floor, we will slip because there is no friction between the surface. Between our leg and floor, there is no friction. So we study deeply in the next class. Okay, next chapter, friction chapter is there. There we study. So what is friction force? Means friction force is existing between two surface of an object. Two surface of an object. Now we are standing. There is a friction between our foot and on the surface. Okay, there is because of grip. Friction. Understood? Friction. So why friction force is a contact force? Because two objects are being in contact. So frictional force is a contact force. Next one is, the next example is normal force. I explained this normal force in the previous class. If the object is lying on the surface, this is a surface, and object is lying. So where the normal force exists in between this object? Perpendicular to the surface. This is normal force. Okay, this is normal force. So normal force exists between the two bodies. Understood? So two bodies are being in contact. And another example. This is a sloping inclined plane, and here one person is standing or one object is kept here. Where is the normal force lies? This is a surface perpendicular to the surface. Understood? This is normal force. So perpendicular to the surface, on which object is lying. There what force is existing? Normal force is existing. So normal force is a contact force. These are the example of contact force. Next we study non-contact force. Non-contact force means there is a force which exists between the two bodies which are not being in touch or not being in contact. You know two magnets, you take two magnets. North pole, south pole. North pole, south pole. When you keep this object with enough distance, what they do? Same pole means there is no need of going together. No need of being contact between this object. Okay, this is enough space is there. Enough space is there between two objects. That means between two magnets. This you might have been experienced. So the two objects are not being contact. They are far away. Enough distance is there between the object. What they do? Either they repel or they attract. Such a force is called non-contact force. What is non-contact force? Two objects are not being in contact in this place. What forces apply? Non-contact forces existed to play. Understood? So magnetic force is a non-contact force. Example of non-contact force. Next one is electrostatic force. What is one example I will tell you. Take a scale and rub the scale on your hair. On head you rub it properly and keep a bits of paper on the surface. After keeping the scale, after rubbing the scale on the head, keep it near, bring it near the paper. What do you observe? The paper stick to the scale. Understood? What type of force? You are not these objects are not being touched. When the scale is brought near the paper, what happened? Near the paper, enough distance is there between the paper and the scale. What they do? Because of plus minus charge, they attract each other. Understood? When you rub some, it becomes charged. Scale becomes charged. So they want to discharge by taking the paper. Understood? They want to be neutral. Okay, by absorbing the paper. So, but here what is there? Two objects are not being in contact. They are kept some distance. Okay, they between two objects some distance is kept. So, electrostatic force is an example of non-contact force because they are not being in contact. Okay. Otherwise, here also you can say plus minus. Plus minus. What they do? Plus plus repel. No need of bringing closer. Okay, electric plate. This is called electric plate you take. And if it is minus plus, they will attract. Okay, electric plate, charge plate. Understood? What is there? There space is there between the two objects. So even they show some force. Here force is exerted to play. Either repel or attract. Such a type of force is called non-contact force, electrostatic non-contact force. Third example is gravitational force. Third one is gravitational force. What is gravitational force? Is an example of non-contact force. See, if I put it down, it falls towards the ground. Something pulls towards the ground. Why? Because our Earth's gravity, due to Earth's gravity, the force from the gravity. Actually, gravitational force exists between two objects. Here, this object and Earth. Okay. Why it is pulling? Because the gravitational force depends upon mass. Here, smaller mass, that is, it is going towards that. Understood? Between two planets, any two objects. Between two objects, one forces exist to play, that is gravitational force. But they are not being in contact, they are pulling. See, if I put down, they are pulling some force. So, the two objects are not being in contact. Such a force is called non-contact force. Gravitational force is here example. Okay. So, here magnetic force is the example of non-contact force, electrostatic and gravitational force. These are all are the examples of non-contact force. Next, we move to the new topic, that is pressure. Pressure is force applied on unit area is called pressure. Force applied on unit area is pressure. This is a force. Okay. Imagine it is a nail. A nail, one side it is a sharpened place, the one side is a broadened. Okay. Now, if the nail is forked like that, will it pierce into the onto the floor? I am putting the nail Imagine this is a nail. One is sharp area, less area. This is a broad area. If I apply force, will it pierce into this board? Yes. If I apply this side, this is a large area. So if I apply force, will it pierce? No. So pressure depend upon area. This area, if you apply force, it will pierce inside. The same force I am applying on this area will not pierce, will not go inside. So pressure depend upon area. Less the pressure, less the area, more the pressure, it goes inside. More the area, it will not go, less the pressure. So there is a relation between pressure and area. Pressure equal to force per area. Okay. They are inversely proportional. More the area, less the pressure. Less the area, more the pressure. Understood? One example I will tell you. 4 by 2, 4 by 4. Okay, what is answer here? 2, here it is 1. So now it is area. So more the area, less pressure. More area, less pressure. Less area, more pressure. Are you getting? That's it where it is down. Down means inversely proportional. Okay, it is the example I have given. Down it is area, up it is force. 4 Newton force per 2 square meter area. 4 Newton force per 4 square unit area. Where the pressure will be more? Where it is more area, less pressure. Where it is less area, more pressure. I think you might have understood this. Understood? So pressure is inversely proportional. Understood? Now unit is, you already studied in the previous class, force ka unit is Newton, area is always meter square. Newton per meter square equal to Pascal. Newton per meter square is equal to Pascal. Now question is, when it is 1 Pascal, then 1 Newton force is applied on 1 square meter area. It is called 1 Pascal. Understood? 1 by 1, 1. What is 1 Pascal? When 1 Newton force is applied on 1 square meter area. It is called 1 Pascal. Understood? From the formula you derive. Don't by heart. So, you understood. It is another example I will tell you. Knife. Take knife. One area is blunt area. One side area is very short area. Yes or no? Why it is very short area, less area? The other side is blunt, more area. Because less area, more pressure. So easily you can cut the vegetable or whatever it will be. Scissor, wedge, axe and all like this. I'm not correct. Okay, this is sharp area. This one side is very sharp, less area. Because less area, more pressure. Less area, more pressure. So easily we can cut an object. So far we studied solid exert pressure. Now we are going to study, the next topic is liquid as well as air also exert pressure on an object. Understood? So one activity is there. Take a bottle, okay, fill it with water, make a hole at A and make another hole at B. Okay, in which area do you feel that the pressure will be more? By the water. Water exert pressure, and this area pressure of the water will be more, or at this area pressure of the water will be more? At B, the water exerted by pressure, the pressure exerted by water is more than the A. Why means more the water column, more the water pressure, or more the liquid column, more the liquid pressure. If the liquid column is more, it exerts more pressure. This much, at this area, this much water column is there above this point. Above this point, the water column is more. Above this point, water column is less. So this much water exert pressure. Okay, pressure here it will be less, here it will be more because water column will be more at this area. So at which part, at which area the water exert more pressure? At B. Because more the water column, above this point you see, more the water column, more the pressure. This much water applies pressure downwards. So here more pressure, only this much amount of water, this much amount of water apply pressure. So here it is less pressure, less amount of water, less pressure. Here it is much amount of water, this all water exert pressure. Understood? We will do the activity later. So what do you understand? The same way, air also exert pressure. On the earth, troposphere is there. In this area, troposphere, air is filled. Troposphere, then stratosphere. Like this 4-5 layers are there. The atmosphere divided into 5 layers. In this area, air pressure is there. As we down the group, as we go down the level, air pressure will be more. The same way, as we move down the water level, water pressure will be more. Here also, as we move down the air level, or more the air column, more the air pressure. Here more the water column, more the water pressure. If the water level is more or if the air level is more, the pressure exerts will be more. Magnitude or pressure will be more. Now my question is, this area B, this area column. At this area, pressure exerted by the air is more, or at B, pressure exerted by the air is more. Which area? At B. Because more the air column, more the air pressure. That's what we usually know that mountaineers, those who climb the mountain, they carry oxygen cylinder because when we go up, what air pressure will be decreased. What is air pressure? Pressure exerted by air. Understood? Pressure exerted by air is called air pressure. So you are clear. Water also exert pressure, air also exert pressure. If more the water level or more the air level, the pressure exerted by liquid or pressure exerted by air will be more. Look at this point. This column, air column is more. Here little air column. So more the air column, more the air pressure. Here little water column. Here this much level of water, isn't it? This much amount of water. More the water column, so more the pressure at B. Understood? Now we do the activity. Second point is, at a particular point, the pressure exerted by water remains same in all direction. This area, this direction, this direction, this direction, this direction. At the particular area, pressure exerted by water or pressure exerted by air remains same in all the direction. All the direction the pressure will be same. Understood? At the particular area, the pressure exerted will be by the water column remains same in all the direction. We will do the activity.